afternoon, race fans, and welcome here as we get set for race number 2 of Season 5 of the NNSCRA Pizza Hut X Series. Today we are at a special racetrack. It's the newly reconfigured Phoenix International Raceway. Now, NASCAR calls this ISM Raceway, but I like to call it Phoenix International Raceway because ISM Raceway just sounds plain silly, in my opinion. But we are getting set here, as I said. It's reconfigured here at Phoenix because where we normally had the start-finish line, it's not there anymore. Where the front straightaway was is now the back straightaway. Where the back straightaway was is now the front straightaway. And where turns 1 and 2 were, they're now 3 and 4. 3 and 4 is now 1 and 2. It's going to get me all confused. Hopefully it doesn't get you guys confused, but it should be a really good race. We're going to see these drivers 3 wide, possibly 4 wide going through the dogleg, especially early on in this race. And we're going to have to see how these drivers take to this racetrack. And it's going to also be a little bit of a schooling session, if you will, for the Hershey's Cup Series drivers who are going to have to take to this racetrack here tomorrow as well. But coming off the heels of an exciting Daytona race that saw a photo finish between J Gilbert and Austin LaPlante, the former champion Gilbert taking the checkered flag for the first time this season, and as consequence may have locked himself up a spot in this season's playoff system. The question is, who will join him? We could very well see another driver lock themselves up a playoff spot in today's race, because keep in mind, the Pizza Hut X Series now with the revised schedule only has 13 regular season races, and it's a 12-driver playoff system. So if we have one repeat winner, then more than likely our other 11 winners would all get locked into the playoffs via their one in the win column. That's if they stay in the top 30 in points. We've got some interesting scenarios of some contenders up here at the front at a track where track position really seems to be key. Rookie N Guenther lines up his Kevshire Racing Tech entry on the pole position. Alongside of him, Z Flickinger. And then you've got Mason Wood and rookie Andrew Davis up there in row 2. So big chance for some rookies here with some good starting track position, and a couple of drivers at Mason Wood and Z Flickinger that are looking to go to victory lane for the first time in their Pizza Hut X Series careers. So we're going to have to see if track position is a factor. 32 laps, so I don't expect pick strategy will come into play. And let's go down trackside, get those most famous words.
Drivers, start your engines!
And for the first time this season, it's time to give you your top 10 in the points days coming into this race, presented by Blame Shelly Insurance. Of course, J Gilbert with the win is the points leader after Daytona. Austin LaPlante in second, as he was half a car length short of taking that checkered flag. He is 7 points back. There's a 3-way tie for third between rookie Juan Garcia, Daniel Olson, and Phil Parker. They all are 8 points back. Then you got Carson Gum, Alexander Rowe. They are tied for 6th place. They are 11 points back. 13 points back is Brooke Allen in 8th, and Charles Jackson's 9th. 14 points back with Joshua Hyatt completing the top 10. He is 15 points back from the points leader. The closest that the points will probably be this entire season, since we've only run one race. You'll notice that the Chevy Corvette pace car is going to hit pit road right here. Normally, if it were the regular configuration of this track, we'd be coming down to the green flag right here. But the start-finish line's on the other side of the racetrack, so these drivers will continue to pace around 50 miles per hour before they get to the new turn number 4 and get ready to go green. I would say these drivers need to be aware of this start. They're going to try going 3 and 4 wide through that dogleg front straightaway. Just try and avoid the initial caution. There is going to be a wreck here on this first lap. I can definitely feel it. We'll see if that'll be the case. The green flag's in the air. We're underway here at Phoenix. Let's roll. Just waiting to see those yellow lights come on. And they didn't. We're still green? Are you serious? Did we seriously get this race started and no caution? We're still green. I'm in shock. N Guenther with the race lead. Flickinger moves to 2nd. Davis into 3rd. And A Baranauskas now moves into 4th. Mason Wood back to 5th place. There's Chloe Ericsson, a former winner here back in Season 3. The defending winner of this race, N Hudson, also in this field. So our 2 most previous winners here at Phoenix are in today's race. Ericsson up in the 8th position right now, as we've got a battle here for 6th. Ryan George on the bottom, Garrett Sydnor up topside. Topside will probably get the better exit out of the corner, and indeed it does. So Sydnor will move into 6th place, moving Ryan George back to 7th. Good battle here. This is for 4th. Mason Wood and A Baranauskas, the 2 and the 27. Wood trying to swing around to the outside of turn 2, completes the pass, so move him up another spot into the top 5 and 4th. Nick Guenther continuing to pace the field right now, has about a half-second lead between himself and Flickinger. That increased by about another 2/10. Flickinger right now riding in second, maybe waiting for the tires to warm up, get a little bit more grip. As this race goes on, though, the grip will start to go away as these tires wear down. It's very slick here. The sun's been beating down this racetrack all day, and of course, we're in Arizona, which is not exactly a frigid state. Battle heating up here for the 3rd position. Rookie Andrew Davis trying to hold off the 27 of Mason Wood, who's been on a charge. Wood's going to get to the bumper, but not be able to make the move. The thing that I've noticed here during practice is that the faster way around the racetrack to make passes is that outside line. Down that inside line, rear end of the car wants to come around on you, loses you some really good corner exit speed. I mean, we've seen already Mason Wood and G Sydnor be able to use that outside line to make passes. And Wood is going to try and make the pass here on Andrew Davis. Boy, that 27 car is wound up and ready to go, and he will complete the pass, so move him to the podium spot. That might be the fastest car on track right now, Mason Wood, the 27. Certainly one of the best handling cars, I would say. His last time by, he ran a 28.5. Guenther in the race lead ran a 28.2. Well, okay, so I guess the clean air has allowed Guenther the opportunity to be able to run really fast lap times. His 28.2 to Flickinger's 28.3. So Flickinger is trying to keep pace with Guenther. Gunther's just a little bit faster, and that explains why he started on the pole position. Let's drop a little bit further back here. There's Chloe Ericsson just ahead of Eli Bright. Ericsson took the checkered flag here back in Season 3. And has not been to victory lane since. That was actually her last Pizza Hut X Series win, so... Oh, we got the caution out. First time today, the caution flag waves. Looks like we had a wreck over in turn 1. And that was not what Nick Guenther wanted to see. Probably also not what rookie Juan Garcia wanted to see. Finished 3rd last week, highest finishing rookie at Daytona. And it looks like he was caught up here in this wreck. Quentin Moore in the 89 is also back here, so it might have been something between those two. And you can see as they enter here into turn 1, you can see those skid marks right there. Looks like someone got down on the apron. And there is no grip down there. The apron is flat as a pancake, and with no banking and going at the speeds these drivers do and the slick conditions, it's just a recipe for disaster. So that was definitely a big break there for Zach Flickinger. He'll have Nick Guenther right in front of him when they go back green. Guenther, on the other hand, his 0.7 of a second advantage is completely cut down. Now, it actually had grown to 0.8 of a second before that caution came out. So, as we're under yellow for the first time today, let's see what happened over in turn number 1. Pretty impressive that they made it 8 laps before our first caution of the day here at Phoenix. Now, let's see what happens here with Juan Garcia, the 95. Oh, happens further up ahead of him there with the 89 of Quentin Moore. I don't know if Moore's going to come up and get him or not. Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. Quentin Moore is the one that was down on the apron. He goes up and just slides into the 95 of Juan Garcia, and Garcia is going to hit that outside wall pretty good with the driver's side of his machine. Now, let's see what happened to the 89. I thought it started with the 95, but it didn't. Oh, wow. Look at this battle back here with Brooke Allen, J Sandfer, Quentin Moore. Now let's see where the initial contact begins. There might have been some contact between the 3 and the 89. 89's going to try and look low, 3 wide through the dog leg. Oh, and they just lost grip. Look at that. The rear end of the car just comes around on him. I think he must have turned that car to the left much too quickly. He saves it, though. Nice job of keeping that car from going down and hitting that inside wall. And then he's trying to figure out, all right, now how do I approach up here? Again, the car wants to come around on him. Sends him down towards the inside retaining wall again. He jerks the car hard right to avoid hitting the safer barrier. And that's probably then when he realizes, uh-oh, there's a car to my outside. Jerks it hard left again, and it's just too late. And he gets up into Juan Garcia. That car was completely out of shape for a good 100, 200 feet from the dogleg down all the way to turn 1. And Boy, it's a wonder he didn't sweep up more drivers, but that's a tough break there for both Quentin Moore and Juan Garcia. Both had really good runs at Daytona. Juan, we mentioned, finished third, and Quentin Moore finished 15th to start off the season. And both these drivers involved in our first caution of the day here at Phoenix. Let's go back for the green flag. And another driver that was a big break for that you saw just before we went back here to the green flag restart was J Shelly. He had lost the lead pack, and you saw him work his way through that wreck, so now he's caught back up to the rest of this field, and we'll see if he can make some forward progress. N Guenther will be the race leader over Z Flickinger. Mason Wood may have the best car in this field right now. He's worked his way up to the third position. Andrew Davis fourth, and A Baranauskas now is in fifth. Sixth is G Sydnor. Ryan George has fallen back to seventh. Chloe Ericsson eighth. Eli Bright in ninth, and Andrew Gonzalez currently completes your top 10. Nobody out of the race. All 42 cars are still running, still on the lead lap. And we've got to wait another half racetrack before we get ready to go back green. So now, Z Flickinger's got N Guenther right in front of him. We're going to have to see how the 96 does. And the 27 of Mason Wood has both the top two right in front of him. We know his car was really good on that last green flag run. So we'll see what he can do as everyone's closed up. Green flag's back in the air. We're back underway at Phoenix, and already Mason Wood jumps up to that high side. Well, he tried to get Flickinger on the restart there. Not going to be successful as Guenther holds the top position. Let's jump back here to that battle for second. I think that's going to be a good one. Flickinger out of Gardner Racing. Look at Mason Wood looking down to the bottom of the racetrack this time, down to turns 3 and 4. He did close up the gap. He didn't get to the inside, though, and now let's see if he's going to swing that car to the outside line like he's done so much today. Here he goes. Through turns 1 and 2, Mason Wood rings up the outside line, and he will move up to the second position. That car is wound up and ready to go, and now we've got to see if he's going to be able to have any success in running down N Guenther. Going to be very interested to see this lap, what the lap times are going to be between the 55 and the 27. Not this time, because his lap time would have been slower with Mason Woods having to use the longer way around the racetrack, the outside line, to get around Flickinger for second place. But we'll see here what the lap times are going to be between those two Chevy Camaros, because he could very well run down N Guenther. Actually, he won't have to. Caution's out for the second time today. And this could be very bad for N Guenther, because that 27 has been really good on the restarts. And it's our second caution, and I'm not sure where it took place. Oh, looked like it took place out of the dogleg again. And down into turn 1. Maybe something eerily similar to what happened to Quentin Moore and Juan Garcia. Oh, and they're wrecking out of turn number 2. That's J Sandfer and our Daytona winner, J Gilbert. And Gilbert is smoking. After going to victory lane 1 week ago, it looks like he's going to the garage area here today at Phoenix. J Gilbert, former champion of the Pizza Hut X Series, that candy bar is eaten, digested, and thrown away in the trash. M McIntire was also on pit road in the 9. Quentin Moore there as well, and there's another car on pit road just up ahead. That is Carter Friesen, the 39 Smithfield Ford out of Smart Motorsports. Patrick Curtis also on pit road in the 48, second straight week that he's been involved in a wreck, as he was in the big wreck that took place on lap 1 last week at Daytona. And there is the 9 of McIntire, who I think is going to be trapped a lap down now after sitting on pit road. Wyatt Quayle also was involved in the 62. He's on pit road. They just took the rear bumper off his race car, and they'll send him back out. Brooke Allen, defending Hershey's Cup Series champion. She's got a lot of damage on her Bullet Club Chevrolet. So there were a number of drivers that got involved in whatever this wreck was. Only a 2-car incident for our first caution. Big-time multi-car wreck in this one, including last week's winner at Daytona, J Gilbert. Let's take a look and see what happened. This one's going to start right here. This was around the 20th position. Carter Friesen, the 39. M McIntire in the 9. It looks like Matt just hooks Carter. Sends the 39 car up the racetrack. Matt, on the other hand, turns left. His car locks up the brakes. He slides up the track as well. Hard into that outside wall, and then let's see what happens here with drivers coming into view. Nobody's going to hit him there. Gilbert goes around the outside. Oh, there's Angel Navarro and J Sandfer spinning. We'll see what happened with them in just a moment. Someone else is spinning further up here. I thought they were anyway. No, I guess not. Oh, I guess it might be the 48. 48 might have spun and then saved it. And let's watch the 62 down here on the inside. Yeah, almost similar to what happened to Quentin Moore down the apron. And then the car just drifts up the track and nowhere to go for Elijah Gilbert. He almost got Jake Rogers too. And that's Sky Commons back there in the 09 sliding up the track too. Patrick Curtis involved there in the 48. Somebody else slid up the track further up. I don't know if that was... Yeah, that was Nathan Hudson in the 1. Nobody hit him though, I don't think. And there's Gilbert. His day is done. Black smoke erupting from his machine. J Shelly spun back here further. Boy, we had a lot of cars. As these tires wear down, they lose grip. And we're seeing the end result of that. See what happens here with Shelly. That's the 45 of Canario there. He goes down and gets the inside wall pretty significantly. Shelly's going to slide down into him. Brooke Allen back there, I think she gets into the back of Canario. Yes, she does. That's where she gets her front end damage. And then let's go back to the 07 and the 70. Oh, Quentin Moore got involved in something there too. Looks like he might have run into the back of M McIntire. Oh, wow. Navarro turns left. J Sandfer keeps her car straight, and the both of them just cross into intersecting lanes. That's where they make their contact. And then if you look back here, yeah, right there, Quentin Moore ran into the back of M McIntire full speed, and that's why his car is smoking, and looks like his day is done. Juan Garcia is going to get a big hit right there into J Sandfer with the left front of his car. He also got into Angel Navarro. K Batson comes to almost a complete stop to avoid this. And let's see what happens further up here. I think J Sandfer gets into Elijah Gilbert. Oh, wow. First she hits the wall again. Goes down and hits the inside safer barrier. That sends her car spinning around. And then let's see what happens up here with the 66. I think Gilbert might have been trying to get to pit road. J Sandfer didn't realize it. She's going to continue on and turns up too late. Gets Elijah Gilbert there in the driver's side door. So that just added more damage to the right front of her Chevy Camaro. More than anything. I think Gilbert was out of the race already. So that didn't, I mean, one more dent in the door wasn't going to hurt his chances at all. So that's what brings out the caution. And it looks like now it's coming down to who's got the best car underneath them and who's not going to spin out. No drivers come to pit road really here under these cautions because they're good to go on fuel. And at the same time, they're going out there restarting on worn tires that have cooled down. That's just a ultimate low grip level. And that's what's causing a lot of these issues, I think. Apologies, we went back green. I didn't get back here in time for it. We're now on lap 21 of 32. N Guenther out in front. Mason Woods second. Z Flickinger currently in third. Out of the race after what we just saw, cars of J Sandfer, Carter Friesen, Elijah Gilbert, Quentin Moore, and Juan Garcia. A lap down of the cars of M McIntire and Patrick Curtis. There's a good battle brewing here for the top position between N Guenther and Mason Wood. Woods had the strongest car today, no doubt, in terms of passing. He was back in fifth, was able to move to fourth, moved to third, moved to second. The 8 of these cautions have allowed him to be within closing distance to make these moves. Now he's going to have to try and see if he can get by the 55 of rookie N Guenther. He was closing in on that last lap, but lost some ground this previous lap. Now trying to get back up there. He looks like he's a little bit better in 1 and 2. Gunther's a little bit better in 3 and 4. This time through 3 and 4, Wood held about the same. But it's definitely been down in 1 and 2. That's been Mason Wood's bread and butter. So let's see if he can close the gap up here as he's only about 0.4 of a second back. That time it looked like Mason may have gone a little lower than he normally does, trying to close the gap up, and he may have actually, as a consequence, lost a little bit of ground to the 55. Z Flickinger, he's in the 3rd position. He's been in the podium all race long, looking good right now, and then it's a long ways back before you get to a battle for 4th. Andrew Davis leading A Baranauskas, Ryan George, and Eli Bright. So a good run for that rookie out of Michael Norman Motorsports. Baranauskas currently in 5th place, trying to hold off Ryan George. Eli Bright with a solid outing right now in 7th. G Sydnor there in 8th. He's got last week's runner-up, Austin LaPlante, behind him in 9th. So with J Gilbert out of the race, LaPlante could very well stand to take the points lead over heading into next week's race. And right now completing your top 10, that's M Davidson, the 29. Good run for him. Back up to the front, see if anything's developing amongst the top 2. Not really. The gap has remained about the same, roughly about 4/10. That equals to about a car length and a half, 2 car lengths here at Phoenix. And time is running out, so if Mason Wood's got a car that's better than N Guenther, he better show it now. Last time by, Guenther ran a 28.718, 28.695 for Mason Wood, so he's about a 10th faster. Now, you wouldn't realize it because the gap has remained about 4/10 each time they've hit the start-finish line. That time, Wood got a very good exit out of turn 4. Gap between himself and N Guenther closed up by about a 10th. And Mason Wood is on the charge. Look at this. If he can get through this corner and keep in touch with N Guenther, he might have him down here in 1 and 2 next time. Ooh, that car looked a little tight through the center, did Mason Wood. But he's right there. He's within striking distance. If he can have a good turns 1 and 2 this next time, he might be able to take the race lead. N Guenther hoping and praying that these laps tick away quickly. There's 4 laps to go here at Phoenix. He gapped himself a little bit. Back to Mason Wood. Wood puts 2 tires down below the yellow line. That is not out of bounds. You can actually run down below that yellow line if you so choose here at Phoenix. It's not advised. We've seen what some drivers have had happen to them when they go down there on that apron, especially into the entrance of turn 1. Guenther now starting to gap himself a little bit more. That last time by a 28.6. 28.626 and a 28.694 for Mason Wood, so Guenther was faster that lap. So he's got a little less than 3 laps to go, looking for his first career Pizza Hut X Series victory. Last week, N Guenther finished 27th at Daytona, so a win here today would certainly not only be a shot in the arm momentum-wise, but pick him up a number of spots in the point stands. If you're going to win, best to win during the early part of the season where a win's going to jump you up 12, 15 spots in the standings. Mason Wood, though, giving a great run there in that 27 car, trying to close the gap, but he's only going to have about 1.5 laps left to go as they hit the back straightaway. Can he close the distance up enough here in 3 and 4? He's going to basically have to if he's going to have a shot down in 1 and 2, which has been his best 2 turns. White flag displayed, 1 more lap to go. 0.3 of a second separate the top 2. Guenther's just got to hit his marks. Mason Wood's got to figure something out. Here comes Mason Wood with a big run there into turn 1. Boy, he gave it everything he got, but it's not going to work there. He's not quite going to get the momentum off turn 2. N Guenther into 3 and 4. Can he hold him off one more time? Yes, he can. N Guenther will get his first career win in only his 2nd start. He takes the checkered flag, pole to win here at Phoenix. Mason Wood gave it a run there on the last lap. He drove it deep into turn 1 to try and get to the back bumper of N Guenther, but just couldn't quite pull it off. And N Guenther, in his rookie season, only his 2nd start goes to victory lane, and also, as a rookie, might have locked himself up a spot in this season's Pizza Hut X Series playoffs. And I gotta say, I was a little hesitant about what this race was going to be like coming into this one, of what kind of battling, what kind of passing we were going to have here at Phoenix. This was actually a very impressive race. I'm liking this racetrack, and I'm really excited to see what's going to happen in tomorrow's race here in the Hershey's Cup Series. Standings should be official now. We only worked 2 cautions here today, which also was less than I expected. So Guenther with the win, obviously gets Rookie of the Race as well, and this will also help him in the rookie point standings, as I believe he was it 6th in rookie points coming into this race? No, he was 10th in rookie points. This is certainly going to help him there. Mason Wood's going to bring it home in second. A great run for that 27 car. Mason Wood, who finished last week at Daytona in the 32nd position at Daytona. Definitely a well-needed run here today, and he gets it. Z Flickinger, a great run for him as he finishes in third. That car never fell out of the podium positions today. Andrew Davis, great run for that rookie as well, as 2 rookies will finish in the top 10. Davis in 4th. Ryan George brings it home in 5th place. A Baranauskas will finish in 6th. Eli Bright, 7th. G Sydnor was 8th. Austin LaPlante, who could very well be the points leader after today's race, gets 9th. So back-to-back top 10 finishes for him. And Mark Davidson will complete the top 10. Top 15 were Alexander Rowe, rookie Rob Evans, Daniel Olson, Andrew Gonzalez, and Chloe Ericsson, a former winner here. And then the top 20, Diego Yepez, Jake Rogers, Charles Jackson, Jessica Miles, and K Batson. As you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results, the big blow today is definitely going to go to the 66 team of Elijah Gilbert, who won last week at Daytona. They were one of 5 drivers retired out of the race, including J Sandfer, Carter Friesen, Quentin Moore, and Juan Garcia, who also will take a big hit in the point stands after finishing 3rd last week at Daytona. 3 cars finished off the lead lap: Patrick Curtis, Wyatt Quail, and M McIntire, as 34 of our 37 remaining drivers finished this race on the lead lap. So that is going to do it here today from Phoenix International Raceway. What a race and a big-time win for rookie Nick Guenther in only his 2nd career start in the Pizza Hut X Series. Hope you guys enjoyed today's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the crew. Today we've shown you full feature results, leads your rookie points, and your overall points heading into our next race, which is going to be at the Arizona Speedway. We still got to finish off this race weekend here from Phoenix with Hershey's Cup Series action up next, and then all 3 series, the 3 main series, that is, Coors Light Truck Series, Pizza Hut Series, and Hershey's Cup Series, will be staying in this state as we go to Arizona Speedway. That's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you all for tuning into this race, and we will see you guys next time as you've been watching a production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best.